Hello and welcome, I'm JD and today I'm going to explain the control point game mode and some of the nuances around it. Control point is by far the most played game mode within Nebula's Fleet Command, as it prevents the game descending into a brawl between capital ships by providing incentives for players to move around the map with small agile craft while also having something that is able to hold the line. When playing control mode, you can set a timeline, which is absent for the sake of demonstration purposes, and each map will have between 3 and 7 capture points. Control points are represented at the top of the screen in the white circle when they are uncaptured, and then will change the color of the team that has captured throughout the game. As points are applied, the bars on the left and right side for Team 1 and Team 2 will fill up, and the win condition being one team completing and filling up their bar up to the points that were set during game creation, the time expiring, or if one side is completely destroyed or unable to continue the fight by having no offensive capability. Upon spawning into a map, all control points will be grayed out, and once captured will always retain the color of the last team that controlled that point. A ship can capture a control point by moving into that control point and remaining within the point until the control point timer up the top of the screen completely fills up. The capture of a control point can only be stopped if a ship moves outside of the capture point, or if a ship of equal status moves into that control point to contest it. If a control point is contested, the control point's letter will flash and a warning signal will play. Here we can see that both ships trying to contest this control point both have a functioning weapon as well as ammunition in order to fight. If a ship trying to contest a control point has no offensive capability, or is armed, such as has a functioning weapon but has no ammunition, or likewise has ammunition but no functioning weapon, it is deemed harmless and therefore is unable to compete with something that has both a functioning weapon and ammunition. In this case, if I was to remove the ship armed with ammo and replace it with something that had no offensive capability, then the enemy would be able to capture this point. Here we can see that whilst my ship has entered the zone, as has the other ship, because I have no offensive capability, then we are losing the point. For a point to change sides, it must be uncaptured, in which case our color will be removed from the control point UI at the top of the screen, and then once hitting 0, will then start to be captured by the opposing team. This is important to note, particularly in the late stages of the game, where even damaged ships are able to capture control points. However, ships that still have offensive capability will always trump those ships. So maintaining awareness of what the enemy has and what are on your ships is important when you send something across the map in order to capture a point. Upon entering a control point, it will take exactly 1 minute in order to capture that point, and if you are capturing a point from an enemy, it will take 1 minute to uncapture and then 1 minute to recapture, for a total of 2 minutes. Once captured, as previously stated, the control point will change color and remain as the color of the team that captured it. And then on the tactical map, it will remain the color, as well as if you are to zoom out, then in the gameplay mode, the point when looking at it will also change color. Points are scored every 10 seconds by providing 2 points per capture point to the team that has that captured. Here we can see every 10 seconds, we will receive 2 points. If we had multiple points, we would have 2 points per point every 10 seconds. So 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. And this can give you an idea of how long it will take for you to complete the game or to pass an enemy in the event where points are very tight towards the end. So with all that said, that's all you need to know in order to play control mode. A few tips: if you have some smaller ships like corvettes, they are worth their weight in gold, particularly in the late game where everything has suffered some damage and ship losses are occurring. They are very handy to be able to move around the map at speed, capturing points, and can clutch a win, particularly when you think it may not occur. Likewise, on some of the maps such as Pillars, getting those early control point captures are very important. Again, using your smaller ships to get off the mark so that you can get some points on the board, as having some early points can definitely help extend your lead throughout the game, and also win at the very end where you are unable to maintain hold on all the control points. Another thing you can do is, if you don't have a number of small ships, is that when deploying in, set your formation to loose in order to get some of your ships at least moving fast in order to get to the nearest control point, and then resume your battle plan after that. All right, I hope you've learned something. And if you have any other advice for how to play control mode for other players, please throw down in the comments. Otherwise, have a good day.